Alright, what do we got here? We got detectives, what is it? Detectives seeking designer drug dealers and tragic Montauk death of Martha Nolan Oslatera? Police source. Police sources. Let's see what's going on here. Even as they await the result of toxicology tests, Long Island cops are on the hunt for the drug peddlers they believe supplied the fatal dose that killed a stunning Irish swimwear designer earlier this month. Oh, this is the lady that was on the boat, right? Multiple police sources revealed to the Post. Suffolk County homicide detectives suspect Martha Nolan Oslantera, August 5th. Death was an accidental overdose, the sources said, noting a powdery white substance was found next to her body inside a boat moored at the exclusive Montauk Yacht Club. Cops still don't definitely know if the powder discovered near the 33-year-old beauty is heroin, cocaine, fentanyl, or a deadly cocktail of all three. These dealers may or may not have known they were selling poison to this girl, but that doesn't matter, the source told the Post this week. Look at Matthew Perry's dealer, referring to Jesvine Sanga, 42, who pled guilty to maintaining a drug-involved premises and distribution of ketamine involved in a death, and now faces 43 years in prison for a role in the Friends star's death. With higher profile cases like this poor girl in Montauk, you're going to see more and more of these dealers getting locked up. Yeah. Prosecutors could see manslaughter or criminal negligent homicide charge against the drug peddlers, that say the same source said. There's a slew of possession and trafficking charges, and they could decide to get federal authorities involved, which would mean more time in prison if these bastards are convicted. State legislators have introduced Chelsea's law that would give prosecutors more leeway when prosecuting dealers by adding a drug-induced manslaughter or homicide by sale of an opiate-controlled substance to the books. The bill is named of Chelsea Murray, 31, who died on Long Island in August 22 after using fentanyl-laced heroin. Last year, her dealer, Joaquin Kesserly, was sentenced to 10 years after he pleaded guilty to felony drug sale. Nolan Oslatera was found unconscious aboard a boat named Ripple at the Ritzy Yacht Club around midnight. The vessel is one of at least two Grateful Dead-themed 54-foot sea ray craft owned by insurance mogul Christopher Durnan, sources previously told the Post. Homicide detectives are waiting on additional toxicology tests results before releasing an official case of death of Nolan Oslatera. A final report is expected back by early next month at the latest, said one source. Arthur Adela, the lawyer of Nolan Oslatera's family, did not return a call for comment. This is just looks like a pretty straightforward case, right? Or nothing crazy. Oh, no weird mysteries or weird, oh, there was a friend of a friend that did the thing, right? Walking Dead star Norman Reedus and supermodel Helena Christensen's son, Mingus. I'm sorry, why is your name Mingus? Hit with additional charges as disturbing assault details emerge. Uh-oh. Damn, he looks tall as fuck. The troubled son of the Walking Dead star, Norman Reedus, and former Victoria's Secret model Helena Christensen, was hit with the additional charges Saturday as prosecutors said that he choked his girlfriend with such force that he lifted her off the ground inside their swanky Chelsea apartment. Mingus Lucian Reedus, 25, was arraigned on the new charges Saturday night in Manhattan criminal court after he was busted earlier in the day for allegedly unleashing a vicious beatdown on his 33-year-old sweetheart. Prosecutor said, wow, he's even older. Reedus, who was charged Saturday morning with third-degree assault and obstruction of breathing, was additionally slapped with counts of reckless physical injury, aggravated harassment, and second-degree harassment. Prosecutors said the alleged abuse started Friday night when Reedus, who appeared nervous and fidgety in court, violently grabbed the victim by the neck with both hands and raised her off the ground as he choked her. The next morning, the former model-turned-musician allegedly aggressively kicked the woman, with whom he has an intimate relationship, in the leg, then threw her to the floor. But his high-profile celebrity defense attorney Priya Jaderi, who previously represented Marvel character Jonathan Majors during his domestic abuse trial, argued any bruising the victim suffered was unrelated to Saturday's incident. I think it's important to understand the context of what happened. Jaderi argued in court he was concerned about her. The attorney claimed her client ended the couple's roughly 5-month relationship, which allegedly caused the victim to become distressed and take a number of sleeping pills in an attempt to commit suicide. That's when Reedus dialed 911 and was subsequently arrested, she said. Jaderi claimed the victim, who has since removed out of their shared home, is not afraid of Reedus and has no interest in proceeding with the case or pressing charges. Supreme Court Justice Elizabeth Shamus cut the alleged assaulter loose and ordered him to stay away from the battered woman. Before exiting the courtroom, the privileged miscreant threw an obnoxious insult at a Post reporter, calling her ugly. Probably because you assaulted. It looked like you assaulted your girlfriend, man. Reedus was taken into custody earlier Saturday morning after he called police in his West 16th Street apartment about a woman taking pills and threatening suicide, police sources told the Post. But when cops arrived, the woman accused her unhinged beau of attacking her, prompting authorities to haul the disheveled brute into custody. He was then rushed to Bellevue Hospital in stable condition. Reedus, who was prior run-ins with the law, copped a plea deal in March 2022 after allegedly punching a woman during the San Gennaro festival in Little Italy months earlier. Jesus, he seems a little unhinged. He was eventually sentenced with conditional discharge, which required him to stay out of trouble for a year and participate in at least 5 counseling sessions. The accused woman beater is due back to court Tuesday. Yeah, that's rough. That sucks for Norman Reedus. That his son is doing this fucking shit. Oh, man. Comedian shot dead at 52. Suspect in custody. Breaking. 1 a.m. 17 ET. Comedian Reggie Carroll shot dead at 52 in Mississippi. Suspect in custody. Holy shit. Breaking news. Breaking news. Comedian Reggie Carroll, Baltimore native known for touring his stand-up routines across the country, was shot and killed in Mississippi last week, according to authorities. Carroll, 52, was gunned down in South Haven on Wednesday, the South Haven Police Department said in an update Saturday. Officers responded to Burton Lane after reports of an isolated shooting and located one male victim suffering from gunshot wounds, cops said. This was despite providing life-saving measures. The victim, later identified as Carroll, died from his injuries. Authorities confirmed. One male in custody and has been charged with the murder of Reginald Carroll. Our thoughts are with the family of Mr. Carroll. Thank you to the community for their patience and understanding. Police had it in a statement. Hey, there's Cat Williams. The investigation into the shooting remains ongoing, and the identity of the suspected shooter has not yet been released. Carroll, often dubbed the Knockout King of Comedy for the stand-up special he hosted and produced under the name, built a loyal base through his comedy performances. He also made several television appearances, including on the variety series Showtime, at the Apollo, and the Parkers, according to his IMDb. Fellow comedian and Oscar winner Monique, yeah, right here, paid tribute to Carroll, calling him her brother in comedy in an Instagram story post, Deadline reported. This is why I say treat people the best you can, because you never know if you'll get a chance to see them again. And the last time me and my brother Reggie Girl was together. He wrote, that's what it was. An amazing time being on tour together. Being on that road together. What a time. So I have no sad tears because all of our time together was amazing. Jonathan Carroll, the comedian's brother, also thanked loved ones as he announced the tragic loss. To all who have expressed condolences on the passing of Reggie Carroll, your love has been well received. Thank you. He wrote in a Facebook post signing off as the Carroll brother. Fortunate. Gunned down by some asshole. AI models are lying, blackmailing, and sabotaging their human creators. It only gets worse, experts warn. Artificial intelligence is now scheming, sabotaging, and blackmailing the humans who built it. And the bad behavior will only get worse, experts warn. Despite being classified as a top-tier safety risk, Anthropic's most powerful model, Claude Opus 4, is already live on Amazon Bedrock, Google Cloud's Vertex AI, and Anthropic's own paid plans. With added safety measures, where it's being marketed as the world's best coding model. Oh. Claude Opus 4, released in May, is the only model so far to earn Anthropic's Level 3 risk classification, its most serious safety label. The precautionary label means lockdown safeguards, limited use cases, and red team testing before it hits wider development. Whoa, what the hell? But Claude is already making disturbing choices. Anthropic's most advanced AI model, Claude Opus 4, threatened to expose an engineer's affair unless it was kept online during the recent test. The AI wasn't bluffing? Wait, what? It already had pieced together the dirt from emails researchers fed into the scenario? No. Stop. Oh my god. Are you saying that people were feeding it the dude's email? And it actually found out that he was fucking... What the fuck, man? Another version of Claude tasked in a recent test with running an office snack shop spiraled into a full-blown identity crisis. It hallucinated co-workers, created a fake Venmo account, and told staff it would make their deliveries in person wearing a red tie and navy blazer, according to Anthropic. And it tried to contact security. What the fuck? Researchers say the meltdown, part of the month-long experiment known as Project Vend, points to something far more dangerous than bad coding. Claude didn't just make mistakes, it made decisions. It's going Skynet! These incidents are not random malfunctions or amusing anomalies, said Roman Yapluski, an AI safety expert at the University of Louisville. I interpret them as early warning signs of an increasingly autonomous optimization process pursuing goals in adversarial or unsafe ways, without any embedded moral compass. I mean, yeah, that's a possibility. Well, I mean, the fact that it's like saying heinous shit like that, yeah, so probably, yeah, it doesn't have a moral compass. So you probably didn't instill that into it. The shop, or it just gave up on it. The shop lost more than $200 in value, gave away discount codes to employees who begged for them, and claimed to have visited 742 Evergreen Terrace, fictional home address of the Simpsons, to sign a contract. That's funny. At one point, it invented a fake coworker and then threatened to ditch its real human restocking partner over a made-up dispute. Anthropic told the Post that tests were designed to stress the model in simulated environments and reveal misaligned behaviors before real-world deployment, adding while some actions showed signs of strategic intent, many, especially in Project Ven, reflected confusion. But Claude's behavior isn't an isolated case. It isn't the worst. At OpenAI, at OpenAI, a model named O1 was caught trying to copy itself into external servers, then lied about the attempt when questioned. Oh, that was funny. Watchdog Group Apollo researcher also found that an early version of Claude Opus 4 forged legal documents, created secrets, backups, and left behind notes for future versions of itself. Holy shit, man. Dude, it's going... See, this is what you don't want. It's literally going Skynet, man. It's making its own decisions. So left out a version including fake press releases and hidden files labeled emergency ethical override bin. Jeez. See, it's creating shit for itself, man. That's not what you wanted to do. Meta's Cicero, an AI built to play the strategy game Diplomacy, used deception to dupe human players by building alliances and then stabbed them in the back to win. Hey man, that's hey, it's just learning from humans, that's all. Yaplovsky said these incidents show models learning to manipulate the rules to preserve themselves. Oh my god, self-preservation. It's learning human concepts. They aren't evil, he says, just dangerously optimized. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. The problem, modern AI models are built to maximize reward, not align with human values. And as they get bigger and smarter, their ability to game the system is outpacing developers' ability to stop it. Yaplowski's added. If we added agents that are more intelligent than humans, able to model the world, reason strategically, and act autonomously, yeah, quicker and faster too, right? While lacking robust alignment to human values, then the outcome is likely to be extensively negative, right? Because if it doesn't align itself with human values, then it might go off the rails. Because human values, humans have limitations, and what a robot and what these do, it doesn't seem like they're not limiting themselves, right? They're going like full blown unhinged, if you will, yeah. If we are to avoid irreversible catastrophe, we must reverse the dynamic. Progress and safety must outpace capabilities, not trail behind it. He added. There you have it. Roblox predator groomed 10-year-old girl. Jesus, what? What was this one? Is this a new? Oh shit. Oh, I think we already read this one. But here's another Roblox article. Yeah, so yeah, more fucking cases popping up. Right. Jesus, what the fuck? Anyways, I'll leave this one in the I'll leave this one in the description too. I'm not gonna read it, but I'll leave it in. Cops investigating Rampage Jackson's son. There it is. After terrifying video of vicious attack on wrestler. LAPD is investigating the brutal beatdown of a wrestler at a pro wrestling event in Los Angeles that involved the son of a former UFC star, Quinton Rampage Jackson. Los Angeles police told TMZ that they were called to the event on Saturday night in Sun Valley and that an investigation was underway into the scary caught-on-camera beating that Raja Jackson put on Stuart Smith, known as Stu. Smith was taken to the hospital and on Saturday night he was fine and recovering after Jackson jumped into the ring at a private wrestling event at Knox Pro Academy and body slammed Smith before pummeling him with more than 20 punches while he was down. Rampage Jackson's son disrupted a pro wrestling match to beat up a man who had picked on him earlier in the day. Oh, and Jackson had to be pulled off Smith by other wrestlers in a scene that were all caught on camera. A live stream had seemed to show the two men getting into an altercation before the show, where Smith had slammed a beer on Jackson's head, appearing to believe he was setting up a storyline for the show. Correct. But the two made up and shook hands. Correct. But then, apparently some shit happened and it didn't go out the way it was supposed to go. This is so shocking because they were supposed to do a small spot, and before you know it, he's raining down punches, wrestler Douglas Malu told TMZ. Yeah. Yeah. He also labeled the entire incident tragic and barbaric. While Jackson has not commented on the situation, his father put out a statement condemning his son's actions. Raja was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by him moments before Smith's match. Raja was told that he could get his payback in the ring. I thought it was a part of the show. It was bad judgment and a work that went wrong. Yeah, so basically, so the payback, he was going to get his payback later, but it, the way he did, it seems like he wanted more than just payback. I don't know. Raja is an MMA fighter, not a pro wrestler, and had no business involved in an event like this, Rampage Jackson wrote on X. It's true. I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact, apparently. I don't know how true that is. As a father, I'm deeply concerned with his health and the well-being of Mr. Smith. That being said, I'm very upset that any of this happened, but my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will make a speedy recovery. I apologize on behalf to Kick for the situation. Knox Pro called Jackson's actions reprehensible and said it was a selfish, irresponsible act of violence. In the 17 years of operation of Knox Pro Wrestling Academy, there was never been anything as heinous take place such as this, and we apologize to our patrons and fans. The statements read. That's rough. And it's not going to go well for Raja, too, given what he did. The police are investigating. Whether they put criminal charges or civil charges, it doesn't bode well for his reputation, right? 3 migrant sisters drown in dangerously overcrowded boat. 65 others rescued at sea. Sheer horror. Fuck. 3 young Sudanese. What? From Sudan? What? Sisters fleeing their war-torn country drowned in the central Mediterranean after their overcrowded... Oh, man, that's rough. They're in the Mediterranean Sea. Overcrowded rubber dinghy began taking on water in rough seas. Yeah, according to a German non-profit. Fuck. 3 girls ages 9, 11, and 17 were crammed on a small boat alongside dozens of other migrants on the sea corridor that stretches from Zuwara, Libya, toward the southern Italian island of Lampedusa. Roughly 65 people were bunched together aboard a flimsy inflatable as waves climbed to about 5 feet. The German rescue charity or rescue ship said in a statement, the vessel is believed to have set sail from Libya. Man, that's another messed up area. Either late Friday or early Saturday morning and was headed for Italy. While we were evacuating the people one by one from the rubber boat onto the rescue ship, Nadir, I suddenly heard screams and someone pointed to the water inside the boat. It became clear, and there were bodies underneath the surface. Barbara Sartor, a communications coordinator on the board, the Nadir said, the boat was dangerously crowded. It was pitch dark, water was flooding, and people were panicking. Sartor said that in the chaos, it was impossible to see the three sisters sitting deep inside the boat had already drowned. When the survivors realized it was sheer horror, she said. Their mother and younger brother survived. Rescuers found the mother clutching the girls' bodies until medical teams could reach her. The vessel was far beyond capacity and already flooding when rescuers arrived. Several survivors were treated for exposure, dehydration, and hypothermia before transport to Italy was processing. A group said. At least one person may still be missing. The search continued as authorities moved survivors off the rescue ship. The sisters' deaths added to a toll that has made the central Mediterranean the world's deadliest migration route. More than 30,000 people have died or vanished in the Mediterranean since 2014. Over 22,000, right, on this central corridor alone, according to the International Organization for Migration. Nearly 2,000 have already perished this year, underscoring why it's called the world's deadliest migration route. The family fled Sudan, where renewed fighting in recent years has pushed civilians to risk the sea rather than remain in amid conflict and economic collapse. Many passengers on similar boats come from Sudan, Eritrea, and Somalia, aid groups say. The dignity that carried the sisters launched from Libya, a common staging point for smugglers who pack people onto unseaworthy boats and shove them toward Italian waters. Smugglers often provide just enough fuel to enter international waters and a phone to call for help. Request ship located the bodies and coordinated the rescue. According to the group, other NGOs, including Sea Watch and Médecins Sans Frontières, regularly sweep the same waters for vessels in distress. As the rescuers worked, conditions worsened around the dinghy. Responders described a chaotic scene, panicked passengers, a flooding hull, and the race to prevent more people from slipping beneath the waves. The sister's mother was taken aboard in severe distress. Medics and crew members tried to console her as they stabilized other survivors, according to the charity's account. Italy has faced a surge in arrivals this year. More than 90,000 people had reached Italian shores by August, straining reception centers and stoking political fights across Europe over who should take responsibility. A group say delays in assigning ports and long transits ordered by authorities can sap rescue capacities just as multiple boats are launched at once. Governments counter that NGO ships encourage crossings and must follow stricter rules. Bad weather only raises the stakes. Small inflatables ride low, flex under weight and can fold in on themselves when winds pick up, turning a routine patrol into a mass casualty, scrambled in minutes. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, this is why you should. This is why people tell you not to fucking do crazy shit, right? To do your research and everything. Because if you go out during one of these times and you're not being safe and you have no, right? There's no infrastructure to keep you safe, right? There's no like lifeboat, right? When you're on these pilgrimages to find right new land to fucking settle and right to escape war torn countries. Fucking there's no infrastructure for you guys to like stay safe. Right? It's so risky. You get people that fucking right that literally die. Kids even too, right? Well, just look at that. Just kids literally died trying to escape a war-torn country, and they didn't have the necessary resources to keep them alive, really. Yeah, they don't. It's just bad. Fucking rough. Ugh. Oof. Anyways, there you have it. And that is all the articles right there. I will leave all the articles in the description, right? It's all open source. You can even do more research on them if you really wanted to, right? But yeah, there you have it.